Okay, so you can unmute and ask question, but here is what I'll first go through the instruction for downloading and installing Miniconda, and then I will go through whatever is covered. So first things first. So hope you must have download everything to your machine using this link, https://docs.conda.io. And it's a pretty easy download. And you can download the one which is Windows 64-bit. And you can download and install. Do you have any question on that installing process? And once you install it, I'll show you the screen, how it is going to show up. Let me go to that site. Okay. So when you first install, when you go to install it, it is going to show, when you go to this URL, it's going to show which version you want to select. You can select the 64-bit if it is a Windows. I don't know much about how the Mac works, but it should be straightforward. So once you select and install, it is going to go through these options. Like this is the first screen, and then the second screen, it says, I agree. And then you can just say, just for me. You click next, and it is going to give you the destination folder. Just again, click that, and then click install. Don't check any of this. It just, whatever is checked, just ignore. You don't need to uncheck or check any of this. The first one will be unchecked, and the second is going to be checked. Just leave it like that. And then click the install, and then it will install Miniconda. So once it is completed, you will have these, and then you can just click finish. And after that, there is something you need to do. So let me go back to the instruction. So first, you need to do the right click on my PC and properties and advanced settings. So what you need to do is go here, properties, and then advanced system settings. And then click the environment setting, environment variable, and go to path, edit. And this is where you should be adding new, and then you have to copy. So when you, before you copy, let me go through that. So make sure that you go to this path, see users, and then you have your own username. So for example, here, if you go here, see users, and mine is V Subramani. So yours will be your own login name. And then under that, you have Miniconda 3/scripts. So just make sure that you click that, and then you will see the Miniconda 3, and then you click that, and there will be another thing called scripts. Can you go to that, and then see you are able to go to that folder and copy that and add to the path. I think that is the place where you got missed. Can you go to your users folder and click on your username? And then Miniconda 3 and scripts. So is everybody able to follow that? Is everybody has to follow that? And then what you need to do is the place where we went, properties, advanced settings, whatever the environment settings, you can click the path, and then when you click new, that is the path you should be putting in. So the path will be like wherever you do users / Miniconda 3 and then scripts, that you copy it and then paste it there. When you click new, you can just paste it here. Okay, in my case, it will be like V C : users V Subramani. That is my login. And Miniconda 3 and scripts. Are you good with that? Okay, this is after the installation. Yes, Bhargav, it is after the installation. Yeah, you can do it now because while in the class we will be. I just want to make sure you are able to install it before in next class we will have more labs. Without installation, we won't be able to follow. So go ahead and install that, and then go through that environment variable setup. Okay. So once you have completed that, then you should be able to go here, go to the command prompt, and then you can just say activate and enter. Once you have that activate enter, you can just say activate base. Then you put the conda update conda and the rest of the scripts command. You need to put it in the command prompt. Any questions? Somebody was asking about the issue. So I don't know about Mac. I can check that. The step 4 is basically when you go here, you see this PC or my computer. You can just say properties here. Advanced system settings. And sometime you may see it on the right side all the way to the bottom. And that's where you see the, that is where you see the system properties. And then you can click the environment variables. Got that? Deja, you are able to follow? Okay. Okay. So Manan Shah, I can, after the class, I can, control your screen, and then we can, remote control, and I can take care of it. Okay. I think that's what we need to do. then do the Jupyter notebook, and then please text me if you get stuck, and I can remote into your machine and then take care of it. Okay. So once you're completed, just in the chat, just send me a text that you have completed that. Okay, so I know Karan
Hi,
Pai
good
has-
morning.
Yep.
This is Bhargav's mom. I have a quick question. We finish up to step 4, setting the path, and then he went to command prompt.
Yep.
And on command prompt, he did, 1 second, I need his help. Bhargav, can you minimize this one?
Activate.
Just a minute. So he went to the CMD and then see the path for user or whatever we entered we as a login. Then we type there activate. Now when we type activate, the command prompt is showing colon, comma, bracket, base, brackets, space, C colon, and then users, and then this prompt.
Okay, can you share your screen, so maybe that will be helpful, so if everybody can see also.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how to share, right? On the top you have the new
yes
share. Yeah.
We are sharing. 1 second.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you able to see?
Yeah, I can see. So what I wanted to see is you're sharing only this command prompt. Can you share the entire screen, the computer, so I can? So, okay, here, you can see the activate. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good.
Okay.
So just type activate and type activate.
1 second. Right.
And space base.
Okay.
Enter. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So now the next step is to the next step is Conda, CONDA.
Do I have to write the update?
No. First Conda and then update Conda.
Okay. Conda.
Space update.
Base.
No, space update.
Oh, space update. Okay. Okay.
And space Conda.
Okay.
Enter. Yeah, it is updating the Condas.
Okay, but in your presentation, it says update space Conda space dash all.
Oh, yeah. No, I kind of corrected it. And then I sent the homework with the instructions. So that has it.
Okay, what should we do?
Now that step is done. And then the next step is Conda, CONDA, Conda.
Okay, but it's saying a proceed YN question mark.
Yeah, proceed yes.
Okay.
Enter. I hope everybody sees this, right? Yeah. Now the next thing is that Conda, CONDA, Conda. Install INSTALL space Jupyter, JUPYTER.
JUPYTER, Jupyter. Okay.
Enter. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, press yes to proceed. Yeah.
Okay.
Enter. And that's it. You're done.
Good.
It's almost
and then
complete.
Then do I have to say open Jupyter notebook here, or it's going to be added to the start button?
Yeah. So what you can do in the search you can just type Jupyter and it will start coming up on the left side.
Okay, in search button. So it's done.
Go all
This
the
is
way to the
calling.
down bottom. So yeah, it's still going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's it. So yeah, I think that's what we need to do. I hope everybody could see what Bhargav has done. So we could, continue the same way. You see the activate, and because I give the instruction in the homework. All right, so let me go through whatever we covered, because some of you have you didn't join. This will be your first class, so I'm going to cover what we have completed. But at the same time, while you are installing, those who has started installing, any question, please put it in the chat so I can jump in and take care of it, just like what we did right now. Okay, let me go through. I think who are all in the first class is Deja. I know this is your first class, the first session, right? And Shakti, this is your first session. But let me know if you find it any difficulty in while you are installing it. So let me go through, starting the, whatever we completed last time. I'm going to continue with that. So this class is more about machine learning, and you must have heard a lot of words like jargons, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, data science, and all these things. What is this? Like, you always confused with all these terms. So I just want to explain what each of this is and how data science is fitting into all these, all these areas, how it is, data science is fitting into it, right? So let me draw a Venn diagram. And in that diagram, if I draw this, artificial intelligence is on the top, and the machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. And then the deep learning is again another subset of machine learning. And but the data science is going to cover in all three areas, the techniques we are using it. So as a data scientist, you may be touching all of them. And I will explain you what each sections is all about. So artificial intelligence is our end goal. Like, that means you are creating an application which can replace, it's kind of like replace, it's like a human intelligence, right? Where the machine can think and take its own action, instead of you always giving instruction to the machine can learn what all instructions you given, and the next time the machine can do. So for example, the self-driving car, right? The car can drive by itself, right? It knows, it learns every time, and then it's able to run, right? So the end result of what you are developing is going to be creating an app as part of the artificial intelligence. So there are some examples of artificial intelligence. I can just give you very simple examples. So when you go to Netflix, it will tell you, oh, you may be liking based on your preference, it will recommend some of the movies, right? Like, okay, you like action movies, and then it will show you all the action movies on the top. But Amazon, when you go and, buy something, and let's say you're buying an iPhone, and it will tell you, okay, if you're buying this iPhone, oh, you may be interested in buying some other things, right? So those are kind of applications those are artificial intelligence application, right? Which is our end goal, right? Where we are creating a mission with intelligence, right? So how do you get the intelligence? That's what we are going to learn. So then comes machine learning. So in order to become an intelligent, the machine need to learn, about, how the intelligence, it need to learn the intelligence, right? The information it need to learn. So the next time it can predict, or it can take action based on what it learns. Just like a human being, when, starting from kindergarten, you keep learning, and every year you keep learning new things. So based on that, your actions will be different. So you will be taking sensible actions as you learn more, right? So just like that, machine learning also is kind of like learning mission, how to teach a mission, and the mission should be able to understand and take actions. So there are three techniques we use in machine learning. One is supervised learning. The second one is unsupervised learning. The third one is reinforcement learning. So just like in our, the way we are learning, like online is one kind of learning, right? And the other kind of learning is what? In-person learning, right? And there are some other learnings are like workshop learning. And there's so many different kind of learning method, right? Just like that, in machine learning, we have three kind of learning. One is supervised, second one is unsupervised, third one is reinforcement. And I'll go in detail. And that's what we are going to learn in our class. The machine learning is all about that yellow part, like the machine learning. We'll be learning more about what is supervised, what all the algorithms using it, what all the logics we are using it. So what is unsupervised, how the reinforcement learning it works. So we are going to go in detail in all algorithms, and then we will be having some use case, and we will be going to program it. So to see how this machine learning works. And deep learning is going further down. What it does is, just like in humans, the brain has the neurons, and it can understand, looking at an image or a photo or a video or a real life scenario, you can see from your eyes, and then where the brain can understand it and then take actions. So that is a concept is being applied, which is called deep learning. There are three techniques we use it. One is artificial neural networks. All three are neural networks. Why the neural is coming from the neurons, right? The way human brain is working. So the same logic applies here. So ANN, the first one, ANN, artificial neural networks, is mainly used for numbers or words, or those kind of, if it is that kind of a problem, we use this technique. But if it is a photo or some video, the convolutional neural networks is the one we'll be using. RNN is a recurrent neural network. It's a combination of both ANN and CNN. Just to understand the neural networks is basically, it's called the deep learning, where the machine learns like a human being, right? Just like try to mimic the human brain. Like a self-driving car, it's a perfect example. So now the data science is basically, we use what all things we learn from data science, we are applying in all three areas, like artificial intelligence, when you create an app, when you're creating a machine learning problem, or deep learning, we all use the statistical or algebra, linear algebra, and differential calculus. So this is all the main concept will be applied when you are doing either of these three. So that's why we call it data scientist, where a person who is working on this is a scientist, where he or she is going to explore the data using these mathematical tools, right? Probability, whether it is this, when you're predicting, you see the probability, whether 50-50% or how you break the deal, right? Or predicting it. So linear algebra is another way. So just wanted to give a very high level. So our main scope of learning this class is the machine learning, and we are going to cover these three techniques. The data deep learning is not in our scenario in course, but we will cover a little bit about that. But we will be covering a little bit of statistics, probability, linear algebra, and differential calculus in the coming class, but not to go in detail, but at least understand where this concept is coming from. Okay. So what we are going to learn today is, the main thing is we are going to learn about supervised, unsupervised, and semi-supervised, or you call it as reinforcement learning. So what we are going to do is, so far we are good, right? So I'm just looking at anybody has, okay, Deja, you stuck in 4th step, right? I will, as soon as this is done, I will be with you, okay? Okay, so what is machine learning? So humans learn from past experience. Like, okay, when you cross the road and you get hit by a bike or something, you know that next time you won't cross the door. You will be taking more, you'll be more careful when you're crossing the road, right? So you learn from experience. So that's how human intelligence work, right? But a normal mission, you always keep instruction, otherwise the mission cannot work. So, but our goal is how humans are learning from past experience. We are also trying to teach the machine how to learn, so that it can understand next time, it will not make mistakes. Okay. So that's what I was saying. What if human can train a machine so that, okay, next time you see the situation, you act accordingly, and then the machine will take over. So I'm just going to give an example of in this machine learning process. In a classroom, the books are the data sets. Data sets means you will be given books to learn, right? The first thing when you're starting or going to the school, you'll have to buy books corresponding to what you learn. So those are kind of like, these are the terms we will be using a lot, data sets. And then the data scientist is the teacher who is teaching the machine. So that's a teacher is a data scientist. And teacher is creating a model, which is a classroom syllabus, right? The online classroom, but he or she the teacher creates a syllabus for teaching and a different way of teaching, right? And then the teacher is trained from what all knowledge is there, and then the teacher gives homework and quiz, which is like you are testing the students, right? Whether they understood the concept. And then finally, the kids are all learned, and now it's time to predict and see, okay, I'm going to give an exam, and these are the questions, you find the answer from what you learn. So in this machine learning process, you will be hearing these words, data sets. Data sets is something where you're getting the data to teach the machine. And you will be learning, hearing a lot about model, and then training the data set. You know, you get the data, 80% data, you go and train the machine, and 20% you test it, make sure that whether it's right way it learned, and then it is ready for prediction model. So you will be hearing those words a lot in future. So now basics of machine learning is, for example, in very simple words, let's say this guy, Paul, listen to songs. There are 4 different kinds of songs, whether it's a tempo, high or low, genre, and then intensity or gender of voice. So those are the 4 different categories. So let's see if the Paul likes the relaxed music, or he hates light or relaxed music, but he likes more fast music and soaring, like in intensity soaring music. So if you put a graph of those, the ones which are on the left side are the red ones are the he doesn't like, or the green ones are the like one. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 songs. We give it to Paul and say, okay, Paul, you rate the music. And based on that, we put the graph and see there is a lot of cluster forms on the left side. On the top, there is a green form a cluster. So with this, let's say you can predict what Paul will be liking it. So let's say when we are kind of predicting from the graph, see there's 2 different clusters formed, right? So let's say there is a new song and we wanted to predict, and it's a fast tempo and with a soaring intensity, and it comes to in near to this cluster, right? You see the A is coming to the green cluster. So that means most likely Paul is going to definitely like this music, because based on what we found, right? And let's say if there is a next music, we are trying to predict it, and that's a medium tempo and medium intensity, but it comes in the middle, like, there is a green cluster and a red cluster, but it is coming in the middle of these 2 clusters. That is where the machine learning is to come, and how the machine can learn. There are so many different algorithms based on that. So in the end, what it is if you go through it, what we did was, let's say we create a model, and the model says, okay, Paul, ask Paul 11 music, and those are kind of test data. Paul says that I like this 4 music, I don't like it, and then the other music I like it. That's a data set, and that data set we started predicting what kind of music. If you give the music the intensity and the tempo, it can predict, okay, Paul definitely likes it. So this is a very, very simple example, but it gets more complicated when it become like, if it is going little bit away from the cluster, how do you determine that, right? So let's say if the view music, the song B, if Paul likes it, so the model will learn, okay, if something comes near to the B, that means Paul likes it. Next time he can predict, right? So that's where the machine learning comes in, okay? See this example. So I was giving a very, very simple example, but machine learning is not that simple, like you see, but everything behind the scene, the idea is what I was showing you. With the data, the machine learns, and then machine can predict. Okay. So there are 3 ways of machine learns. One is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. There are 3 ways the machine can learn, and I can explain each one. So let's say if you are giving an example of if a bag of coins, there are 3 types of coins one person is giving to another person, and you say 3-gram coins is 1 rupee, or or $1 or anything, right? And 7-gram is becoming like 1 dirham. 4 grams is a different like 7 grams is a euro, and 4 grams is a dirham. There are 3 different kinds of coins. So you see there are 2 features. One is the weight, and the other one is the 1 rupee or €1 or 1 dirham is another name for it, for that particular coin, right? So those are kind of like a weight and a currency label. So this has a label. It's a label is one rupee, €1, 1 dirham. That is the label for this currency. And the feature is, the other thing is weight. Weight is the feature. So if somebody give like a 7 grams coin to you, you can easily predict it, because when you look at the, oh, it's a 7 grams, I know this is a euro coin, right? It can easily predict it. So this kind of problem is called supervised learning, where there is a label for this, this particular data. There is a label. If it is a 7 gram, it's a euro, right? That is where you call the supervised learning. So in a supervised learning, you will have a label attached to the data. Okay. So in this case, weight is the feature and the currency is the label. You can have multiple features. Okay. You can have different colors is another feature. You can have multiple features, but then finally it says that, oh, if these are the things, then this is the currency, right? That's what the supervised learning. So labeled data. But if in case of unsupervised learning, there is no label, but it says that, for example, the cricketers, like, we are putting in a graph the number of runs the cricketer scored, and the number of wickets the cricketer, the person who is playing the cricket, who you put a graph between that, and you see a two distinct cluster formed. And now when we are kind of predicted, but there is no label. It says that, oh, here, this is a batting person, or this is a bowler, more about like a experienced bowler. But you are just identifying that this person, the person who took a wicket suddenly start scoring more runs. His point is going to go moving towards the top, right? So, but this keeps changing, but you can always come up with the label. There is no label for it, but you can just say, okay, this cluster looks kind of similar, so we can call it as any name, right? But there is no label. So this is called the clustering techniques. They are called unsupervised learning. So they give you a bunch of data, but they don't say whether this is this kind of data or that kind of data. The machine will predict, okay, this is a cluster we formed, cluster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can say, okay, you can just say, oh, this cluster you can name in a way that you wanted to name it, but there is no real name we are giving it. So that's called the unsupervised learning. Okay, there is no label data. Reinforcement learning, on the other side, we keep, let's say if a model we create and the application is showing a picture of a dog, and first it predicts this as cat, but then we say, okay, no, this is not cat, this is dog. And the machine learns it. It is reinforcement learning. The machine learns that next time you get a picture of this dog, similar to this picture of the dog, and it can predict correctly as a dog. So the more and more mistakes it does, the more it learns better, right? So it's called reward-based learning. So machine learning, basically, to summarize, you have an input, there is a model, and there is an output. So input is the data set which teaches the model. The model is a set of algorithm which get the data set and learns it and try to predict it, which is kind of output. And sometimes if it is wrong, it goes back to the model and say, hey, this is wrong and this is the right answer. The next time it can predict it. Next time you get an input, it started predicting. So That's the whole idea of this machine learning is. So just wanted to have 3 different scenarios. Facebook has a face recognition program. Netflix has a recommendation. And then the fraud detection, if you're using a credit card from a public, public place, or somebody tried to stole your credit card and try to charge your credit, try to buy something illegally. And those are the 3 different programs which is already been popular. So we want to see whether it's a supervised or unsupervised. So let's say Facebook face recognition, it's a supervised learning. Why? Because you take the picture in 2 or 3 different ways and then say, oh, this is me. And next time the Facebook can, the face recognition can recognize you as a person, right? Because that's kind of a supervised learning. You give your picture and say, that is your feature, right? And that picture, but the label for that picture is, this is me, this is Venkatesh, or this is Dija, or somebody, whatever name you need to give, right? So that's kind of like a supervised learning. And then Netflix movie recommendation is also kind of supervised. And they are called classification problems. So I'll come in detail. So based on your liking, it can identify your liking, just like what we saw in Paul's case. He likes this kind of music and he started showing recommended music, right? So Netflix uses both supervised and unsupervised, but supervised is the one when it is predicting your recommendation. Unsupervised, they are using it for clustering some of the movies, like whether this, what kind of movie is this, right? Whether it has violence or those things, it can use the unsupervised, but mostly they are using the supervised classification model. And then the last one is the fraud detection. This is where somebody stole your credit card and tried to charge it. And that person is charging it from Australia or some other place. And the system, the model which the credit card company uses, and it can see, oh, this particular charge is coming from this place where this person always be charged from India or US. So there is an anomaly, right? So that is an unsupervised learning. It can go into clustering. So that's these cluster of transactions looks suspicious. That is where the fraud detection comes in. So this is the 3 different examples I give, but there is many day-to-day things you'll be doing it without knowing that this is a machine learning algorithm used behind it. So, but today's world, it's a digital world. Everybody is paying using Google Pay or PayPal or any Apple Pay. There's so many digital transactions going on, and social media is another set of data. You use it for whether you like or dislike, or certain issues, whether this particular issue is getting more attention, or your car, you bought a car and then there is a problem with the car that a lot of people started writing in social media, and suddenly it can predict, the company can fix the problem and take actions. So many things, the data is coming in digitally, right? And the scientific data collection, for example, the COVID, the patients are experiencing these symptoms, and you know what is the outcome. So we can predict it. Oh, next 10 days or next 1 month, how many people are likely to get sick. All those things we can predict it. So the more and more data we are getting, digital data we are getting, the machine learning is going to be more and more popular. And that is why now machine learning become a #1 priority for most of those companies. So some of the applications in machine learning is healthcare. where you take a picture of an organ and then say whether it's if there is a cancerous cell present there or not, so you can predict it. That's one of the example in healthcare. And sentimental analysis is something, a movie is released, whether you like the movie or not like this, the first day itself, we can find out how the box office, the movie is performing the box office, right? So that's called the sentiment analysis. It's again a model, supervised or unsupervised. Fraud detection, like credit card transactions or cyber attack happens when some bad actors come into your internet, and it can predict it from, oh, this is an anomaly coming from different part of the world, and at this particular night, and this is suspicious, right? Suddenly we can block that port, the network port, and then it can stop people from stealing your digital data or currency. And e-commerce, basically you're buying and selling things over the internet, and it can predict how in Amazon, when you go there, all the latest and greatest fast moving things will come to the top of the page. So those are all machine learning involved in it without we even know about it, right? And the other application is Uber. When you are calling an Uber taxi, and it can predict based on the time and based on the rush hour, all those different features, the Uber application learns it, and it can predict, okay, if this is the prediction, that this is the price, right? And it can work in so many different ways. They're using it very highly for these kind of taxi Uber model. So now we are going to talk about various machine learning solutions. Do you have any questions? I see 3 questions. Okay. Okay, I installed. Cool. Okay, some more people installed it. Okay. Okay, now so far what we learned is, I'll go through one more time, just summarize it. Hope you understood the concept. So we learned about supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning, right? And each one has their own algorithms used. So if you look at the classification, decision tree, naive Bayes, so they have different names for those: logistic regression, random forest, KNN. All those things comes under the supervised learning problem. So, and then you have the regression and linear regression. That is also kind of like a supervised learning. But there are unsupervised, is like the clustering. That's on the right side, you see the clustering algorithm. So we have 3 different classification. One, I can say classification. The second one is regression. The third one is clustering. So the first 2 are supervised in a way, and then the third one it's an unsupervised learning. Just keep it in your mind. Okay, now we are going to the next one. So the 7 steps, if you are a data scientist, you're going to start working on a project, or you start working with Microsoft or Google. And the first step you'll be doing is, as a data scientist, the first thing is collecting the data, and then you start preparing the data. And I think you can see my screen, right? Just wanted to confirm. Yeah. So, and then you prepare the data, because the data comes in so many different ways, right? Some of them are music, some of them photos, some of the videos. Some data is coming as like a structured data, like a spreadsheet. You never know. So the data comes in so many different ways. We are collecting data using IoT sensors. We get the data, and all this data, you prepare the data for the machine to understand, the model to feed it, And just like you're buying rice and vegetables, then you start preparing the food and then feed the human being or whoever it is. Just like that, you choose a model for that, feeding those data to the model. So model, you talk about like 3 different models: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning models. And you choose the model based on the type of data we are getting, right? And then you train the machine and then evaluate whether it's able to correctly predict it. And then you fine tune it and then make sure that that model is working. Once the model is built, it becomes part of an artificial intelligence application. There are some of the models used for applications are a logistic regression for price prediction. Like if you're buying a car, how you predict the price, like Uber, how you predict the price for the, the share, ride share. The classification. So these are some examples of different kinds of applications, and these are the models. So you will be learning most of the models. So many models are available, but at least we will touch base on some of the popular models. So this is what we learn about installing Conda and Jupyter Notebook. Conda is a distribution for Python and R programming for data science. And it has all the libraries available. So when you have, it's almost like a library, where you have all these books available, right? Just like that, Conda is an application where all these programs, libraries are available. All you need to do is just click install, and it becomes part of your environment, where you can start creating projects. Jupyter Notebook is nothing, but it's a way to start coding, and at the same time you can collaborate with a couple of other friends or colleagues. When you're working as a team, one project will be done by maybe 5 people. So you can share the code among each other, just like a Google Doc, where when you create a Google Doc, you can have 10 people working on the same doc, right? The same way you can use the Jupyter Notebook to create a model. So when you're creating the model, you'll be using some of the Python library, some of the libraries, and use the Python language. The R we are not covering in this, but Python mainly. So we'll be writing the code, so the other person also can see the same code. So I'll show you something example. So the bigger Conda is in professionally using. Anaconda is the one we use it, but for learning purpose, Miniconda is good enough. It's easy to install, but it has most of the power. Whatever we need to learn, Miniconda is good to go. Anaconda has more libraries and more, you can create different environments. It has more advantages, but Miniconda is easy for installing purpose, and for our learning purpose, that's good enough. But both are similar. So installing Miniconda, we kind of looked at it, and these are the process. When you install Miniconda, and then you have to add the path. This is one time, and you have to go through some of the commands to get installed the Jupyter Notebook, and I have a video attached to it. It talks about how to do that. And the Jupyter Notebook, I'll show you what the Jupyter Notebook is going to look like. We are almost finishing it. So the first Hello World program, this is a notebook. So what the Jupyter Notebook is going to look at, like you can create a folder and can put all the programs in there, all the programs. So you will have, your project will include your Python program, and then also you have data sets, right? And then you have other different libraries. So let's say I'm going to open the Hello World program, and this is called a cell, right? So you can keep adding the cell, and each cell you can run the cell only, that one cell, right? This particular cell, and it is going to tell you the result. And let's say if I make a mistake, print A, and it's going to tell, oh, there is some error, right? So each line you can try, execute, and see whether that command successfully executed, right? So whenever you're doing any data science project, you will be doing a lot of these one command to look at the data, explore the data, how it is, right? I'll give you an example of a diabetes a project which is kind of predicting based on the weight and obesity and things like that. So I'll show you how Jupyter Notebook is going to be helpful. So so this is the Hello World program. I attached this program in my in the classroom, Google Classroom. So you can go classroom.google.com, and you will be able to see, not this one. Okay, so let me go and show you the classroom. Okay, this is a classroom. So install Miniconda Jupyter Notebook, and this has a lot of these programs you can download and create a folder and open it and then start running. So this is, I attached to this, so you can just download and start practicing it in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so in the Jupyter Notebook, and this is we talk a lot about the data sets. Data sets is basically a data, just like a spreadsheet, but delimited by comma, but you can come in so many different ways. This is one example of a comma delimited file. I saw a question to see the Hello World slide. I do. So what you can do when you go to the Jupyter Notebook, what you can do, let's say you are in here in Jupyter Notebook, right? So what you can do here is you can create a new Python. First, you create a new folder, and in that folder you can give a name. When you create a new folder, you can create a name. I put it as lab, or you can just say start working on creating a new program called Python 3. So when you create a brand new, it's going to show like this, right? So you can start typing print this is me, and then type run. See, this is what you are getting. So let's say print. This is, I'm trying to do some Python commands. Print 100 multiplied by 3, and then run it. You can see that. So you get the result. So if you want to remove this cell, you can do by edit, delete cells. You can delete it. And when you do something like print 1 multiplied by 23, and then you run it, and you get another cell by default. After that, if you want to add more cells, you can do through edit, and then you can do that by adding new cells into it. And you can also do from and once you have that, you can save it using the save button here on the top, and you can go up and down using this arrow, and you can copy from one cell to another cell. You can delete here. You can add cells from plus sign. Instead of going to edit, you can do all those things from here. So I'm going to give you an example of a diabetes project, right? In the diabetes project, this is an example I gave. We are installing some of the libraries. So you don't need to install anything. This Conda has all those libraries inside. So once you put import means you are importing this library, and you click run and it is imported, right? And now you have the data set. You got the data set from Skillet library, where you load the data, and we have two, the data set. One is the feature and the other one is the prediction, which is the label. So X and Y. And once you load it, you can start seeing the data. See the data, we are first getting the data, and now we are dividing it to train and test data, 80%, 20%. Like keep the training. For training, you take 80% of the data for training and 20% for the testing. So this is what it is doing. It is dividing the train and test, and you are using a linear model regression. We will be learning in the next class what a linear regression model is. But I just wanted to show you how the Jupyter Notebook is going to work. So each one, it just kind of fitting the data. This is where it is teaching the model with the data. And once it is done, it is started predicting this model. And it has, this is a linear regression model. So it's like, it started predicting the best, this is called the best fit line, but the data is all over the place, but the one which is near to it, you can easily predict it. So basically, then you have to find the R squared and things like that. I'll explain it in the next class, but this is how you can, a group of people can work on the same program, because it's, again, it's a web-based, this is your local install, but if it is, if you are in an organization or professional place, you will have something in this Python, this Jupyter Notebook will be installed in a web server. So where you all can work together or collaborate in a project. So this is the Jupyter Notebook I wanted to, that we are trying to install it today. And so what we do, the one of the project we are going to do in the next classes, we have 3 different kinds of flowers, the Sedosa, versicolor, and virginica. And each has our feature set. We have some data. If the petal length or petal width, petal means this, the top flower petal, right? And then the sepal width is on the side, the sepal width and sepal length. And then you say, okay, based on this, okay, this is Sedosa. And like that, we have a data set. For example, here, 5.1 centimeter sepal, 3.5 width, 1.4 and 2, then it is Sedosa. So we have a data set. So we have 150 rows of information in the data set, and 50 for each species, right? And then we are loading this into a library, and then we are exploring the data set, and then you'll go through the linear regression model. So those are things we are going to see next in the next class. But I wanted to show you the iris project. This is the project we are using it for the flower problem. So it's kind of reading it from, this is the data we are exploring it. We are exploring the data. At some point, we are teaching the model, and then see the visualization we are getting with the data. So the Sedosa is kind of coming all together, and others are moving a little bit apart, but there are some of this overlaps, so it is hard to predict it. But there are some features are more important. So looking at that, which features can give more prediction? This is a good, this one is good because you can easily predict the blue, which is the first Sedosa, and the other two are like a little bit apart. So looking at that, which feature we need to select to predict it. There are some features are not relevant at all. So these are the data science model. We kind of use it to predict the flower model. So we are using like some of the library to start drawing the distribution of data, how the data is distributed. Then you start predicting it. So these are the things we will be start using it for our lab from next week. So today's class was basically catching up on what we learned last week, and whatever what is machine learning, and in what all things we are going to learn for this course. So that's what we covered today. So what we covered today is, we know what is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and data science, right? And our main focus is supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning, which is a machine learning. And then we talk about what are the key steps. And we saw some simple examples of how these machine learning works. Right? How you teach the model or the machine, and how the machine start predicting it. And then we start jumping more into supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. We saw some examples, simple examples. And the end, what it is machine learning model is an input, comes as a data set, and you create a model for teaching, and the output is the predicted. And we talk about some of the examples of supervised and unsupervised learning. And then in the solutions, we also look at different models. That one is a classification model, regression model, and cluster. Just keep it in your mind. We will be learning more deep into each of them. Okay, then we saw how to install Conda and Jupyter Notebook, and we saw a little bit about Jupyter Notebook. So hopefully you understood, very high level what we are trying to learn, what is machine learning, and how we can learn. So for becoming a data scientist, you can start one language you need to learn a minimum, which is Python is a good language for it. And then look at the different algorithms, at least one classification, one regression, and clustering. If you learn, that will be a good first step. Then you can start learning more and more to becoming a data scientist. And you can start predicting, looking at that, there's a lot of free data sets available. And there is a Kellogg Foundation, they are kind of doing competitions. You can take part in the competition, and they give you a data set, and then you have to create a model and predict it. Example, COVID data sets available. There's a lots and lots of data sets available. You can start coming with your own logic to solve the problem. So it's a big competition. So any questions so far? And I'm going to come back to Manan Shah to look at that problem. So let me know if you can share your screen. I can take a look at it, your issue. Okay, I cannot hear you. You can unmute your button. So,
Hello?
oh yeah, I can. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so,
you have already installed Miniconda, right?
yeah, and then we have, so I have this thing for
Yep.
this. So I click that and then I bring up the properties.
Yeah,
And
environmental variables.
yes,
Yeah.
and then I click this, it brings it
Mhm.
here.
Uh-huh.
And I
Edit,
click
path,
path,
edit.
edit.
Uh-huh.
I have this installed, or I
Okay,
have this.
so let me
thing.
see. What is it saying? Can you, I couldn't read it. See users.
Yep,
Uh,
users SHA-02, and then Miconda 3, and then
Okay,
script
can you click the edit?
edit.
Okay, just copy that and go to your file system and then start, just paste it there.
Here, or
Yeah, there.
Control V. Says no
Enter.
result.
Okay, so that's the reason. So can you see the C colon you didn't put properly? Maybe that's why. The colon.
Is it space?
I
Um,
think it's capital U, Venki.
oh, capital U. Yeah, users. C colon.
So C colon, okay.
Yeah. And capital U, users. And now try looking at that, copy that and put it in there.
Yeah, no.
So can you go to a file system so we can look at it? Yeah, file explorer. The top, the fourth
Explorer.
one. Yeah. So go to C colon, local disk, come down. Yeah, there. Double click, users.
Here?
Double click. And your name. Okay. And do you see Miniconda there?
No, I do not see Miniconda.
Oh, so the Miniconda is not installed, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I don't see it there.
Oh yeah, you see that? Double click on that.
This?
The Miniconda,
Uh,
MINI.
wait, what? Is it down?
Yeah, it should be there somewhere. Or after on the top after users shank02/
Here?
give a slash after that. Yeah.
So should I copy and paste that in?
No, just keep the same thing. Put a slash over there. Yep. And then MINI. No, it is not installed. That's why. So can you install Miniconda then first?
Yes, I will do that. Yeah, it says installation success. I don't know what it,
No, that doesn't mean that. So
Okay.
did you install Anaconda or Miniconda?
Miniconda.
Okay.
I clicked the link, so.
Okay, so the link will only download it, but then you have to click and install it.
Okay, so go to the classroom. Where is the
And
class?
click that link.
No, it's not on here.
Even the
Find where
Oh, it's there.
Miniconda.
Okay, so
Type in the CMD
go down and then
on the left
Here.
corner.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah.
okay, so it's this one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay,
Click that.
yeah, so it's
Yeah,
downloading.
it is still downloading it. So once that is done, you can just click it and it will go through the installation.
Okay, so now should I
Yep.
open this file?
Open the file. Yep. And next, agree. Just me. This is just copy that whole thing, right? Just keep it in your.
Okay, so now after this, it's not letting me click next. That's the thing.
So install Miniconda folder. So click back. Just next. Space required. Oh, you don't have enough space.
Oh, okay,
Available
so-
only that much. So yeah. So once you install it, and then you can clear some
You know,
space.
it says I have the space required is 276 MB, and then we have four.
Oh,
oh,
space
3
available is GB. Oh, okay, 403. So
Maybe click browse and select another folder.
so
Yeah.
can you do one thing? Click cancel on the top. Yeah, press. And it is just say cancel. Yeah. So go to the file folder, the file explorer. Yeah, the file explorer. And then go to downloads, double click on downloads. Yeah, right click and run as administrator. Yep, that's all. That's next. Agree? Just me.
Yep.
Yep.
Still.
Oh,
So do I have to put it as all users?
yeah, just try that.
Yeah. Now it's saying I can.
Now you can say, you can see that.
Yeah, but it's bringing me to this now.
Okay, that's fine. You can just
Okay.
copy that.
Yeah, it's not working. It's saying choose a different location.
Okay, now let's go back. I know.
Or should I try putting this one, and then try this?
Yeah.
Oh,
try
yeah,
that.
there.
Yeah. Regular system Python. No, don't add that. Just
Just
install.
ins-
Yep, just
Okay.
install. Now it's going to go through it. Yeah.
Mm.
So other than everybody is good, Arjun, you're able to install. DJ has a problem, right? Installing.
Okay, now do I click next
Yeah.
and then
And
finish?
Finish it. Yeah.
Okay, so now do I
Yeah.
create an account?
No, you don't need to. Just go back to the same enterprise, the environment variable, the same thing we were working on my task. Yeah, there.
Okay, so here.
Yeah. Yep. There we install in that place, right?
Yep.
Can you copy and look at whether it's already there? So just copy and put it into a file explorer to see you have that.
It's saying no again.
Go to file explorer. Just remove that file explorer. See users. Do you see Miniconda or your account? Yep.
Download.
Oh yeah, you have it. Yeah, see that
I think
Miniconda. Double click. Yep. And then scripts. Yeah. Now copy the whole thing from the top, the whole path. No. Escape. Click escape. Yeah. On the
Here?
top, you can just click on that. No. Wherever the PC, this PC, just click there
Oh,
on the
this?
script. No.
Yeah, bring it here.
No. Go back.
Go back. So click on the script near to the script on the top.
On the top.
Script on the script.
The where it says this PC local disk, the
Yeah. That's the one.
address.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, and just click on the little bit on the right side. It will, yep, copy that.
Copy it.
And then put it in the path.
Here, right?
Yep. Control V. Yep. And then press OK.
And then click OK.
Now you can go command prompt and then activate. Activate. No. Activate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not recognized. What?
Activate. Hmm.
Hmm.
Somehow the path is not taking it.
That's the same thing that happened to us. Just keep going, like, go back and
Click the
Uh-huh.
edit again, see the path one more time, just to see. Yeah, it is there. See users. Maybe
I delete
it Hmm?
delete this and then put a new one.
No, that should be the good one. That should be it. Yeah. Press OK, and once you have that, you need to press the OK button on the bottom and see, and then press OK here to complete the environment variable. Now you can try activate.
Nope.
So cd/users.
Where do I put
Here,
that?
here itself. Let me
On here?
Yeah. I'm using the remote control. Can you press request? Granted. What is your username?
Shah, SHAHK, and then 02.
Okay. Then we are going to activate.
Oh, I think it should work now. Yep.
So now activate. What was that? The other
Activate base.
base. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
And now you can continue with the rest. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. So Dija, you have.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share your screen? See if
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah.
I'll share.
Yeah. You can share your screen. Yeah.
It's okay.
Click the green button to share. Yeah.
Wait, are we allowed to leave if we don't need help?
Oh, yeah. Well, whoever has completed any questions, they can leave.
Thank you.
Yeah. Saravanan.
Yeah, Venkatesh.
Oh, thank you for joining.
Thank you. Good
So
class.
today I started with, those who couldn't complete the installation they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Did I explain it like you're able to follow?
Yeah.
Some of the
I was-
concepts. So basically,
Yeah.
it's mainly about the concept today. Yeah.
Yeah. I was also thinking that we can give analogy like a baby is born and how the parents teach the kids and how the
Exactly.
babies learn how to say touch or not touch fire or something like that.
Language,
So,
sentiments, right?
yeah.
So
Baby is a
when
good
they are in
analogy.
babies, they don't have much sentiments, but when they grow,
Yeah.
there are different kinds of sentiments, right?
Yeah, basically they have neurons when they're born, but
Yeah.
the neural network, the connections or whatever they call dendrites,
Make it
they
more
form
complicated.
they form only based on how they learn from the surroundings and
Exactly.
how they are taught what not to do and what to do and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dija, you can click the first link, download link.
Yeah, I already downloaded.
Did you install?
I'll show you. Wait a minute.
Download. Yeah.
This one, right?
Yeah. That's the one. Double click.
Okay.
Next. Agree. Next.
Shall I
HP,
copy
right?
this?
Just copy, keep it in your, Yep. Next.
Okay.
Please choose a different location. Please. Okay. This not empty. Okay. You must have already installed it, maybe. Did you install already?
Yeah, I installed.
Oh, okay. Then you don't need to install it again. So
Okay.
yeah. So now go to the path. That's what we need to do.
Where I need to go?
right click on this PC
Yeah,
and properties.
yes.
Yeah, and now it goes on the right side, advanced system settings on the right side. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
you go. Yeah. And then environment settings, variables, all the way down. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. And path
Where?
on the top, click the path. The second
This one?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then new.
Okay.
Yeah, paste it, whatever you have it, and then
Yes.
/scripts. /scripts. SCRIPTS.
Yeah.
Yep, and then enter.
One
Press OK.
minute.
Press OK. Yeah. And press OK.
Okay.
And then press another OK.
Okay.
And then OK again. And now go to type here to search. Just put CMD command. Go to the command prompt. Yeah, enter. Update. Activate. Enter.
Yeah.
So now you from here you can go activate base space base space
Base. Yeah.
BASE. Yeah. And now you can go to the next command, which is
Shall I press enter here?
enter. Enter only will let you run.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can just say conda CONDA update conda
Space.
space conda enter.
Yeah.
And then the last one is conda install Jupyter. Press S.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Now conda CONDA conda.
Yeah.
Space install
Yes.
space JUPYTER.
Yeah.
Enter. Yeah, it started installing.
Yes.
And then say yes. Why? Enter. Give 1 second, it will complete, and then
Okay.
you can start typing after this completion.
Okay.
1 second, it's almost done. So anybody else wants help on installing? Anybody has? Uma. So Saravanan and Uma, so Mac, is there a path, environment variable, something? I am not familiar with Mac that much.
Yeah.
What I need to type here?
Oh, no, let's finish that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say, Saravanan?
Yeah, I mean, it requires like a nano or VI to edit a file. I don't know whether the user.
Oh, for the path.
Yeah, there are some articles that, or they can do
Oh.
screen share maybe.
Oh, okay. So type here to search. You can start typing Jupyter. Dija, sorry. Are you there? So type here to search on the bottom. You can close the command prompt. Exit. Are you with me, Dija?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't.
can close it. You can close it. The command prompt. You can close
This
it.
one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you can type here to search on the bottom, Jupyter, Jupyter. Hey, you got it. So on that first one, when you click the
Yeah.
first one, yeah, and then it will come up with, in the behind the scene, it's already there. So select the Google Chrome.
This one?
Oh, did you press OK or?
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah,
Google Chrome.
Google Chrome, and then, yeah, that's it. Yep, you are here. That's all.
It's over?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But anybody has any trouble installing, please let me know. So next week we'll be.
Can I stop
learning-
sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing. Yeah.
Thank you.
So next week we'll be learning more about different, especially linear regression and mostly classification problems. But other than that, will be like jumping totally into Jupyter Notebook, and we'll be working on that. Like we will be having a data set, and then we will train the model and see how the model fits in. And I'll give you little bit more homework like that, similar problems, and we can start writing your own models and then keep it. Yeah. So Vaishak, any question, Vaishak? Shakti, you already completed, right? Shakti Saravanan? Parvati, you're able to install in Mac? So when you install it, can you take a video and post it? So I don't have much experience with Mac. So we can share it with the team. All right, then I think we are good to go. Saravanan, any last words so we can close? Uma?
No, good class.
Yeah.
Venki, thank you. I'm learning.
Yeah, thank you. You're all learning.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please share the Google Classroom code, sir?
Oh, this Google Classroom code is, let me tell you right now,
Yes, sir.
is a small letter A, number 4, TOGUE. I am posting that in the, in our chat also.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, no problem. To everyone in the meeting, Google Classroom code. Okay. Yeah, I just posted.
Thank you, sir.
I think nobody has question. Karun Pai, you're okay, right? You already did that last time itself, right? Installation. So
Yeah, I already installed it last time, so I'm pretty good.
okay. So I will start posting something like where you can, before next week's class, you can start writing a small model, and like it's a linear regression model, and just keep an eye on it. So you can start, doing little bit how to train the model and things like that. We can learn it. So, but I will post something in the video in the Google Classroom. And we are going to have a AWS deep race, like a competition for reinforcement learning. And Karun Pai is already registered, so we will have more on how the reinforcement learning works with the AWS competition. So if anybody is interested, I'll have another class for that. So all right then. So otherwise, enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Bye.
Bye, Venki.
Bye.